English session for class 8 for this week. So children, did you revise whatever I taught you? Yes. What did I teach you? Yes, you're right. I taught you how to write a notice. I told you so many important points about the format, how to write a notice. And I hope, not only I hope, I'm sure you have completed your assignment. Have you completed? Yes, very good. So, let's begin today's lesson. What's today's lesson? The best Christmas present in the world. Christmas, as you all know, is a festival celebrated by the Christians all over the world. And you know, children are so fond of Santa Claus. What does Santa bring for children, especially children? Yes, gifts. Lots and lots of lovely, beautiful gifts. And that is the day children eagerly wait for Christmas to arrive. Know what happens? What do the parents do? Just the day before Christmas, that is on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, the day before Christmas is called Christmas Eve. What do the parents do on that day at night? They take stockings and put all the gifts inside the stockings and just hang it or just place it. Put it just by the side of the bed, just by the bedside of the children, you know. And next morning, when the children open their eyes, they feel so happy to see so many gifts. They run to their parents, they wish them Happy Christmas or Merry Christmas and say thank you to them. Christmas, you know, actually it is the birthday of Lord Jesus. People go to church, they pray there, pray for their own well-being of their family, and of course, well-being of the entire world. So, this story is about best Christmas present. Now, let's read and find out what was that best Christmas present in the world. Yes. Now, let's have a look at the lesson, the text. Spotted it in a junk shop in Bridport. The author, the writer is saying this. He spotted. Spotted means he saw. What did he see? He spotted it in a junk shop in Bridport. Bridport is the name of a place. He found something in a shop in Bridport. What did he see there? Yes, a roll-top desk. So, he found it is a type of desk with drawers and all that. So, he found a roll-top desk where in a shop in Bridport. The man said it was early 19th century and old. That is, that roll-top desk belonged to early 19th century, which means it was very, very old. And oak. What does oak mean here? It was made of oak. Oak is the name of a tree. Okay? I had wanted one. The author had a great desire to buy a roll-top desk. But they were far too expensive. Why could he not buy a roll-top desk? Because it was very, very expensive. Expensive means it was very costly. So, he could not afford to buy a roll-top desk. It was in a very bad condition. What was in a very bad condition? that roll top desk which he saw in a junk shop in Bridport. The condition of it was very bad because it was very old, it belonged to the 19th century. The roll top in several pieces. What was the condition of that roll top desk? It was broken into several pieces. That was the condition of that roll top desk which the author wanted to buy. One leg clumsily mended, and one of its legs, that is the leg of that roll top desk, was clumsily mended. Mended means it was repaired, but it was so clumsily mended, untidily mended. Looking at it, one could make out that this roll top desk has been mended or repaired. It was going for very little money. I thought I could restore it. So the shopkeeper was selling it for very little money. The author thought, why not buy that roll top desk? And what did he have in his mind? That yes, I'm going to buy that roll top desk and I will get it repaired. I will myself repair it. So that is what was there in his mind, It would be a risk, a challenge. It would be a risk. It would be very risky to buy that roll top desk. Why? Because it was very old and it was broken. Its condition was so bad, It was a challenge. Challenge? Why was it a challenge? A challenge. He thought, I don't know whether I'll be able to repair it or not. That is why it was a challenge for the author. But I had to have it. No, but it was very much decided. He made up his mind. No, I'm going to buy that roll top desk. So he made up his mind to buy that roll top desk. Let's see what happens after that. I paid the man and brought it back to my workroom at the back of the garage. So what did the author do? He bought that roll top desk, and where did he keep that roll top desk? In his garage. Why, Because that was the place where he would repair that roll top desk. I began work on it on Christmas Eve. So he started repairing that roll top desk. When did he start repairing that roll top desk? On Christmas Eve. What does Christmas Eve mean? Christmas Eve means the day, the evening before Christmas is called Christmas Eve. So the author started repairing that roll top desk. When did he start repairing? Yes, on Christmas Eve. What is Christmas Eve? The evening before Christmas is called Christmas Eve. Now let's see what happened after that. I paid the man, he bought that. He started to now repair. I removed the roll top completely. He removed that upper part of the desk. He removed it completely. Let's see what happened after that. And pulled out the drawers. And what else did he do? He pulled out the drawers. Children, you see, even in your classrooms, the teacher's table have got drawers, Why? To keep things inside the drawers. This roll top desk also had drawers. So what did the author do? He pulled out the drawers. Why do you think he pulled out the drawers? Yes, to repair the roll top desk. The veneer had lifted almost everywhere. That the part of the desk, that upper part, the roll top, it was all coming out. It was in a very bad condition. It looked like water damaged. Both fire and water had clearly taken their toll. Now what happened to that roll top desk? He guessed, perhaps the water and fire had damaged the roll top desk. That is why its condition was so pathetic, so bad. It needed to be repaired. the last drawer stuck fast. I tried all I could to ease it out gently. He tried his level best to pull out the drawer, but it was so difficult to do that. In the end, I used brute force. He applied severe force. Why on the drawers? Because he was not able to pull out the drawers. I tried all I could. He tried his best. Then let's see what happens. Finally, did he succeed to pull out the drawers? It was stuck so sharply. And then what happened? With the side of my fist and the drawer flew open to reveal something sharp inside it. There was something there in that shallow space. It pulled it very hard. The drawers happened to come out. But underneath that drawer, there was a secret drawer. Perhaps somebody had kept that to keep things inside that. Next. There was something in there, in that secret drawer. Let us see what was there. Something was kept in that secret drawer. What? I reached in and took out a small black tin box. So what did he find inside that secret drawer? Yes, he found a small tin box. Somebody must have kept that tin box in that drawer. Yes. Sellotape to the top of it was a piece of lined note paper. Now, on top of that tin box, somebody had sellotaped a note paper and something was written in it. Let's see what was that note paper. And written on it in shaky handwriting. Somebody had written on that in shaky handwriting. What? Generally what happens when one becomes very old, when you write something, your hands tend to shake. Perhaps somebody very old might have written something in that in that note paper. That is why we have this phrase, shaky handwriting. What was written? Jim's last letter received January 25, 1950. So this is what was written on that note paper. What was written? Once again I repeat it. Jim's last letter received January 25th, 1950. So this is what was written on that note paper which was sellotaped to that tin box. To be buried with me when the time comes. Somebody had written, that this is Jim's last letter and this letter should be buried with me. This was the last letter. I knew as I did it that it was wrong of me to open the box. Now the author knew that it was wrong on his part to open that letter and read it. Why? Because it did not belong to him. So obviously it was wrong on his part. But curiosity got the better of my scruples. It usually does. Now what happened? He did that out of curiosity. He was so curious, so eager to read what was written in that note paper. That is the reason he took it out and he went through what was written in that note paper. Inside the box there was an envelope. Now what did he find inside that tin box? Remember, inside the secret drawer he found a tin box. Now what was there inside that tin box? Yes, there was an envelope inside the tin box. The address read. Some address was written on that envelope. What address was written? See, Mrs. Jim MacPherson, 12 Copper Beaches, Bridport. So this is the address that was written on that envelope. Dorset. Somebody, it might have belonged to somebody of Dorset. Dorset is obviously the name of a place. Okay. I took out the letter and unfolded it. So what did the author do? He took out the letter, he unfolded it. Let's see after that what happened. It was written in pencil and dated at the top December 26, 1914. So what was written on top? Yes, December 26, 1914. So what happened after that? Now that we will do afterwards. My suggestion to you is, you have to read this first part so that you too feel so curious. What is there next? What is there next? But then children, what is there in the next part? That we will do in the next session. So, please go through this first part of the lesson. Which lesson? The best Christmas present in the world. And underline all the difficult words, write out their meanings, and after writing the meanings, once again go through the lesson. Till then, eagerly wait for the next session. Thank you and bye-bye.